Labor cost, of course, is still relatively cheap compared to the rest of the world, rest of the region as well. But definitely, labor cost is not the only factor when we're talking about bringing in robots and automating their processes, whether it's in a factory, logistics facility, or retail stores. A lot of the other factors that we have to consider, such as consistency of service, the service level, so the scalability of the workforce as well. These are some of the key points that we should be addressing rather than just the labor cost itself.
One of the key barriers of not having a technology successfully adopted in healthcare is really that it can't seamlessly integrate into real-world workflow. So for example, in the case of a clinical workflow, I mean, if today, a doctor sees a patient and the patient comes into the clinic and there are these 10 steps that they have to go through. But if, let's say, to bring in a new AI technology, they have to adopt another 10 more steps, or if the patient or the clinician had to download another 5 more apps, that's going to be the barrier, in fact, and not the technology itself that prevents it from actual successful adoption.
The simple answer is everyone should be responsible, right? And so that makes everyone across that chain responsible for understanding how the system works, as well as being able to monitor and address when things are going wrong, right? As much as that responsibility will become part of everyone's job, no matter what you do in the future, few people actually have the understanding and skills needed to work with AI.
First demand that comes is for always-on networks. As you run AI, usually those are running on a cloud server somewhere. So you really need the network to be very reliant and very resilient. Second thing, as AI is evolving towards edge applications with the AI running on the edge, more and more you start needing to see as well the edge devices talking to each other. So they operate as a mesh system for a specific application without the need to connect back to the server. But I guess those would be the two big demands that you have on AI.
So I would say maybe digital identity and then also the infrastructure. So those are the two areas where I would say quantum might threaten first. Because if you lose trust in the data, then the identity gets threatened. And when the identity gets threatened, then the trust breaks. And once you don't have a trust on a website or an app, then that is where the challenge is. And with quantum, the problem is you would never know when a hacker or bad player might actually enter into the data and where they have corrupted it. And that is where the risk is.